Sick. Let me see.
That's how they do it, huh? What is this? This is not all Europe.
No, that is all of Europe. Except the UK.
Okay.
They got it's like a bigger version of the US one.
I feel like the circle or the cylinder is better than the flat. It makes more sense to do a cylinder. I feel like it wouldn't get as loose as these, but
it depends. I don't know. I mean,
maybe not.
To be honest, the European ones can get loose. Because usually the American ones, you have the two little like the thin sticks, but there's usually that bottom, the third.
Yeah.
At least on the European ones, it can be loose. It depends.
They don't have a third one ever.
Sometimes.
It's
It's rare.
interesting.
But yeah, dude. Oh shit. But no, I was gonna say now that it's December, I was kind of thinking and looking back, dude, this year was pretty gnarly for blading. I feel like from the get go, as soon as 2018 started, it was boom, Vol's dead, boom.
Oh, that is really interesting. It's funny that it's been a year, dude.
Yeah.
Super crazy. California's weird like that, where seasons just blend in. But yeah, it did start out kind of nuts, and I think it's been good though. I feel like that whole thing kind of gave me a revamp. I was super stoked when that whole thing went down. We went to Winter Clash and everything happened. I had to see all that shit. It got me way more into blading than I think I was prior. I mean, I always never gonna stop blading, but the actual scene and the people doing it and the companies and where the direction's heading, I definitely got more amped up in the beginning of this year because of all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, I feel like everyone got re-amped, or I don't know what the word is exactly, because it seems as soon as that happened, as soon as Valo died and them came, it's almost if there was this beacon, or like John put the them sign into the clouds, the 4 dots, and then Josh Petty's what? I need to start playing, and everybody's what?
Is Josh Petty blading again?
Yeah, dude.
That? I didn't see. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know that. That's dope. That's very cool.
He skated in the house. I saw on his gram.
That's so funny, man.
I was gnarly. It seems like everyone came back. Even I'm out on the street and I'm running into people and everyone's oh, I just bought these or
yeah. Well, I think that blading hasn't been around that long, and so I think that no one's ever really gonna stop. And I think that's one thing that I could always take away from it. There's that 77-year-old guy.
Yeah, he's 77,
Is that 77? I don't want to missay that.
No, I think he's shy of 78.
Dude, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. So it's if I can blade until 78, I'm going to fucking do that.
Dude, you see, he dropped in the vert on his birthday, didn't he? With Miguel?
Yeah, I think I saw that. And he can fucking 360, dude.
Dude.
360 off a launch box is pretty wild.
I mean, he's pushing it, dude. To be honest, if I don't know if I skated with him, would I be juice or would I be on edge?
He could be a little nervous, I guess, too. But I don't know how long he's been skating either. I think he started late, obviously. I mean, he couldn't have been skating since his fucking 30s or 40s even, because he hasn't been around that long. Maybe roller skating first, but yeah, I think, and especially with the blading revamp, I got more interested in what brands themselves can do,
Yeah.
I think we were talking about, I just feel since it's with the videos too, right? So we have all these long ass videos now, and I feel with social media we could have short videos, and then you get to see more people, and then even. What I'm trying to get at, on social media, how if you're shopping or whatever, you could see that little shopping cart or the shopping bag.
Yeah.
And you can click it, and then the fucking price comes up.
Yeah.
I feel all blading companies should do that. Intuition's a business account, right?
Yeah.
They probably are. I would assume they are. I would like to be able to here's these wheels at Intuition, and then I can click that, and then it comes up, and I can go buy them. I can just buy them right there.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And I feel then we can get more people buying stuff for blades, even if it's people who aren't that into it yet. It's such an easy click through.
I mean, so some people do that. I noticed on Instagram.
Have you seen any? I haven't seen one blading company do it.
I have seen a couple, on the Instagram, sponsored, and then it'll be or it'll be a photo, and then like on the photo there'll be like a T-shirt and it says like shop now or whatever. Yeah, and you can click it and it goes straight to the checkout.
Oh, see, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Almost buy that shirt, baby. Yeah, it's easy, right?
I have saw that. Where did I don't remember what brands, but I did see it this year sometime.
Yeah, I feel like the closer we get to that sort of stuff, then like the kids start getting involved because like I bet a fucking kid now could be on there, have his mom's card attached to everything, and just buy stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I'm sure that's
dude. Yeah, I used to save like lunch money and buy Heat T-shirts.
Oh, dude, I did the first of all Heat shout out for sure because it was my favorite wheels back in the day.
Dude, he was sick. He was my mind game. I didn't start. I didn't start for mind game. Like I started way late, so Heat for me was like the shit.
Yeah, no,
I had everyone.
Yeah, it's Tori and Sarah. They did a great job. It's all Sarah's graphics too. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that was from the days I used to circle stuff in Royal Warehouse, dude.
Dude, I used to circle and like couldn't buy shit. I used to love circle.
That was all my birthday. My birthday is like right after Christmas and Hanukkah, and I would just get all that shit for both. Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. Circling. I totally forgot about circling. Those Royal Warehouses.
And then in the back of Royal Warehouse, I think it was either Royal Warehouse or Daily Bread. You can get hella discounts.
No, it was the back of Royal Warehouse.
All cheap shit.
That's where I got all of my DVDs from. Yeah,
you should. That's like the best place. I think I bought Underestimated there. Like a couple of opinions, maybe. A lot. I know there are a lot of Denial stuff I bought.
Yeah.
Are you around for Denial?
No, that was before my time.
Right before though, just right before.
That was just before my time.
Yeah, Denial was a great one.
Oh no! Wait, no. Genre was around for my time.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think that was the same, was it? Know Your Genre? Is that the name of it?
I think. Wait, wasn't Genre
Genre
Wheels?
was after.
Wasn't like similar to Denial for some degree?
It might have been Chris Majette that made it.
I think so.
You know what I'm talking about. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't even know. Dude. I don't know.
Like make the person who made it.
Yeah, whoever it was, like I was there for that, but that was like my era.
Oh, that's cool. Who'd you grow up skating with then?
A lot of people actually. Because like I think around the time like everyone was just moving to Long Beach when they did like there was a point where like when Richard first moved here and then like Haffy moved here and then like JC moved here. It was like around that time when they all kind of moved.
It is so crazy. So you started in 2005. I moved here in 2008. So I moved here 3 years after you were skating. So I was in Long Beach then.
Yeah,
that's when I first got here. That's actually kind of nuts. Dude, you're really good for how little you've been skating.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's a short period of time, dude.
No, it's actually been quite a while.
Well, now it is. Yeah, 2018, I guess, but it's over 10 years. Shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking
crazy. But wait, I was also gonna say like, it was actually interesting being like it's like the last thing I expected when we were in New York, and whatchamacallit, like I think we were coming back to your guys' Airbnb, and I didn't know that you guys would be watching the Jump Street podcast.
Yeah.
So like literally like I was with the boys and we came up like with like beers and pizzas and shit. And like we're kind of expecting the party, and then we get in. And I think you guys had like a place in Brooklyn, was it?
It was. We were in Brooklyn, Williamsburg.
Yeah. And we get up the stairs and we come in. Everyone's like mad serious. So I'm like, oh. And we were like, oh shit, like, what are we?
It's it's John. On the
yeah. So like imagine like we walk in, like we've been on the streets like drinking, like we're lit at this point.
Yeah.
And we get in, and like I look to my left. And then, like, everyone's sitting around the table watching John on, like, an iPhone. Like,
was that an iPhone?
It was an iPhone propped up on the table, and everyone's just around the table, like, the serious face. Like, I remember Brandon B. Smith has, like, his camera around his neck and his legs all folded.
Wearing a uniform, perfect.
Just, like, completely. And then, like, Doris is, like, right center. And it was trippy hearing about... It was actually kind of a crazy experience for... you know, to hear about John explain about the Darce pro skate and everything going on, like while I'm there
with Darce and their skates next to you.
And then also kind of just like watching everyone's gestures, like when he says something, like someone will readjust and kind of like look up, and like I was just like watching y'all because, like, to be honest, I was way too drunk to like take it that serious.
Yeah.
And I remember you were sitting on the staircase, just like it was almost as if watching like dudes, like you know, like in a sports game or something, and you go like in the locker rooms.
Oh, so we're getting a pep talk from John, dude.
Yeah. It literally looked like I was in the locker rooms of them skates, and like everyone's just like crowded around watching John like on like the press conference kind of deal, and it was.
Well, it's still like, I mean. What's the word? It's still a little surreal, I guess. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like, even for Sean, dude, it's got to be crazy for him. You know, like pro skate, dude?
Yeah.
Pretty buck. You know, when you grow up in, like, I don't know. I actually wonder about kids skating now, if that's what their, like, aim is for pro skate. Because that was always ours. I mean, when we were kids, like, that was like, we're just gonna be pro, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So like, what year would that be?
When I started in 99.
Damn. Okay. So yeah, I think now I like me personally starting in 05. I didn't have that at all. Like
you just knew it's not. Well, see, starting, I didn't start thinking that. No, that's more like in 05.
Yeah.
I was going for it still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because shit was happening in 05. Like, it was real. I mean, it still is happening now, and that's kind of the best part about it, is it seems like there's this uptake. There was a nice lull for a minute where things got a little scary, and but I don't know. I just feel like more people are doing it, and the you know, the main thing that I think is awesome. I don't know. Did you ever experience like hate from like skateboarders?
Oh my, what, dude? Do you know how bad Long Beach used to be?
I bet Long Beach was bad. It still is a little weird sometimes, but
dude, Long Beach was like, I don't even want to get into it, but I'll just say that now that I'm older, it's crazy to think that I was like 15 and having like 30-year-old dudes like swing boards at me full speed.
That shit's fucked, dude. Like that's
full speed. Like I got tasered by a skateboarder when I was 16 just for existing.
Dude, that's awful.
Like just for existing. Skateboarder's old as fuck.
Dude, that's
and it makes me think, I'm like, yo, now that I'm like, you know, like late 20s, like would I ever like attack? You know what I mean? Like
never, dude.
Yeah, never.
In a million years, would I like a scooter kid or something?
Yeah.
You know, call them names or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the shit that, like, low key, I remember every dude that ever did shit to me. So every time I'm in Cali, I'm always looking for him. Cause I think the day I find him, bro, I'm probably just gonna fire on him on sight. Like,
oh, that's crazy.
No, for real, because I'm like, damn, like,
it's probably worse out here now. I think about it.
Dude, no, it was bad. Like, dude, even Jordan Williams, like, dude, he got punched in the face.
Really?
Yeah, like, man. I think everyone that grew up here, you experienced it physically at one point or another.
Jesus.
I mean, but to be honest, we're like in the lion's den of all of it.
Yeah,
know?
That is interesting. But I see it now, I feel like it's different.
I think
there's kids out there who never even seen it.
That's actually 100% true.
I mean, I'm sure people talk about this a million times, but it's very interesting when like a kid who's like 8 or 9 is at a skate park, sitting on a skateboard. He's not doing shit. He's sitting on a skateboard, and he doesn't understand even what rollerblades are or where they come from.
Yeah.
Whereas when we were kids, it was just a thing. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually funny you say that, because now that I've been back in Cali for, how long have I been? Like 5 months or something?
It's probably almost been a year.
No, I've been back living.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 5 months. But basically, like, coming back, I was actually a little worried about that, because...
About the hate?
Oh, yeah, because, like, I was used to that. Like, I left when it was still lingering, but now... Like you said, it's totally the opposite. Like, I'll go to parks in Long Beach or LA, and people are usually quite like interested.
Yeah, it's more interested.
More interested and curious. They're just like, whoa, and they're like, whoa, you actually did that better than what I would have thought.
And I think skating now, especially dude, all the guys who are ripping it, like, in my opinion, I think everybody's got pretty good style.
Yeah, everyone's style is like pretty good.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like most of the people filming stuff look good.
That's true.
And I think that's important. You know, that I don't even know if I look good now, but I sure as hell didn't in 2005. I was looking like a monster skating.
I think I was looking pretty bad, dude.
Pretty fucking rugged.
I was looking pretty bad.
But we didn't care then, we were just spinning and jumping around.
Yeah. That's actually a very good point. Maybe, because to be honest, you can go as big as you want, but maybe if it just looks bad.
Well, that's why people don't care. And I think that's sort of actually where blading has gotten to in a way, which is probably good. I feel like skateboarding went through it and stuff like that, where like, style's not the only thing that matters, but it's pretty important. And I think that the same way, like, I mean, it's important in like baseball and shit too. You're not going to have a sloppy looking pitcher or a sloppy looking catcher. It's just not something that, if everybody's running all over the place looking weird, it's going to be, no one's going to want to participate in watching that.
Yeah, and also one thing I noticed is I've been gone out of Cali for pretty much a long ass time, but I think like homophobia, especially within skateboarding, like isn't very cool anymore.
Oh, being homophobic it's actually dope, because being homophobic is like not chill.
It's not chill anymore. So like I noticed that because like literally.
You can't even, if you said rollerblading's gay, people probably get so fucking offended, even if they're not rollerbladers or gay.
Yeah, exactly. So like I've noticed that because like I can't remember where I was. I was somewhere and there was like some douche skateboarder somewhere.
Probably San Pedro. They're the worst.
No, not there, but they are the fucking worst. But I don't remember where I was. But I just remember the dude was like, man, hey, you can tell he wanted to say gay, and he just couldn't say. He's like,
I can't say it, man. They're getting trouble.
He said something like, man, that's just weak. I think weak came out. He didn't know what else to say.
Yeah. It's always so funny. We were at Monday night, too, that one time, and that guy's just talking about how we're cheaters.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all cheat no matter what. You cheat.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah. That shit was crazy because like, I'm pretty sure he wanted to say gay, but he's looking at his buddies and they're like, oh, shit. Like, I got like a gay cousin or some shit. Like, oh, yeah. That shit is, something, whatever, the closest thing to emasculating maybe.
For sure.
That they can find in their mind at the moment.
Yeah,
like,
or just anything negative.
Yeah, just like, oh, that's just cheating. Or just like, whatever the fuck.
Dude, it's so funny because I'm like, skateboarding looks really cool, like when somebody's good at it.
Yeah.
But, dude, skateboarding fucking sucks when you're bad at it. Like, it is so fucking boring, and that's why blading was fun. Is because even if you're like not that great at it, you're moving and you can jump and you're a part of it. And God, like I never had fun skateboarding. I've only tried, but it was just fucking awful. I
mean, I skateboarded for a little bit. I'm sure every blader had their little, their feet in the water at one point. Sure.
And I always try it.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody should try it.
And actually, it came I remember it came quite easy for me, but it was just like maybe the movements I didn't really like value too much, and.
Well, yeah, because they're not. I mean, they're like micro movements. They're not. It's really hard to feel good about something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it just didn't resonate that much. And then on top of that, I don't know. I don't know. But it's kind of funny that you mentioned that because there were some douchey, not douchiest skateboarders, but kind of that have kind of been cool now. And now that I've been back and I've been seeing people I haven't seen in 7 years or so. So I don't know how to address them, So I've once ran into this guy and he was like, "Hey man, you gotta remember me from the park?" or some shit like that. Remember me from the park? I'm looking down, I was like, yeah, not really. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't know. You guys are all kind of looking the same. Skateboard, yeah, I was totally fucking with him, right? And then he was just he was like, oh, what? He was like, dog, you don't remember my face? I was like, bro. I was like, he said something like, oh, you don't remember me? Skateboarding or whatever. And I was like, dude, every skateboarder there for me is just on Star Wars, and you see the stormtroopers on the battlefield.
Just look, this mask, you guys are dicks.
It's a bunch of dudes just aiming and shooting and missing constantly, just like the stormtroopers, dude. I told him that shit.
Dude, that's so weird.
And he didn't get it, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It's funny because they're never hitting
nothing. Nothing. It's just pew, 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 pew. And you're just oh, okay, dude, whatever. Man. And then maybe
that's funny as fuck, actually.
Boba Fett, maybe the good skateboarders are Boba Fett's, where you can tell okay, this guy's got style. He's
that's
heading
actually a
somewhere.
hilarious comparison, dude. Because I honestly, good skateboarders, there's so many of them now, or not good skateboarders, there's so many skateboarders now that it's hard to find a good one.
Actually, yeah, and it's funny. I actually did talk to.
I feel like every time you run into a blader in a park, they're probably pretty good.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
true.
That's the interesting thing about blading right now is everybody's pretty fucking good.
True. Everyone's pretty like refined.
Yeah,
you know,
and
like,
that's
really.
why we need to get more people that suck.
I don't know if this is a good time for that because I feel like this time is really delicate.
It is. We should actually be. You're right. That's funny. We should be working on the industry right now instead of focusing. Well, maybe. I mean, someone's got to focus on the new kids.
I mean, at the end of the day, like the reason why I take shit kind of serious, especially when I'm in a public setting, because like really, like, you know, when you're out like skating or whatever, it's like when people see you, you may be the first one they've ever saw.
Oh, that's important.
And on top of that, like, you know, so for me, it's like, fuck, like that's one reason why I don't like really maybe trying new tricks in the public setting. Cause like legit, like, you know, I'll be midway and some dude Snapchats me or some shit. And I'm like, totally. And I'm like, at this point, I can either do something that I might fuck up on or look weird. Yeah. Or I can do something where I know I have it like pretty good. And maybe this dude might say, "Oh shit, that was sick."
Yeah, for sure.
So
and I will stick on this for a second because I'm about that. There's nothing more than I love than going to a park and just ripping right off the mat, you know what I mean? And showing everybody what's up. Because then they don't fucks with you, you know. And so, were you with us at 14th the other day? No, it was okay. Yeah. We were at 14th. It was me, Jeff, Casey Garrity, and Mike Dempsey. Yeah. And we were skating the mini ramp, whatever. Skateboarders rolling super hard. We were about to go anyways, but Jeff's really fucking good skater still, obviously. Yeah. And so he just drops on the mini. There's probably like a 2-minute line, like incredible line. He's such a good mini skater, you know. And then we just bounce, and the look on these fucking skateboarders' faces was so incredible. Like, I even told him after, I was like, dude, that was like, you did a great thing for blading this out. Like, that was fucking fantastic. Dude,
yeah, but like,
it's important.
It's really important.
It is important because then they're like, damn, like, we were fucking wrong. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, like, yo, yeah, like that has happened almost every other day I go out around here.
Yeah,
like,
that's probably it's one of the funnest things about blading right now is proving people fucking wrong.
True.
Because you see it in their fucking face. It's so nice. Yeah. It's the same thing with skateboarders trying to come up to you, but hey, remember me? And it's like, nah, dude, I don't. But you want me to, and that's like, you know? And blading's not like cool like that. You know, we're not trying to be cool, but I mean, I think it's cool. Like, we're not trying to be like this jock person.
All right, we'll take this like I was at Dave Lang's band's show.
I wish you skated more. Dave.
True. And like I brought two friends that were girls. Mm-hmm. One of them, well, they both, I had just met them and they didn't really know that I was like a blader, really. Like one kind of knew, but not from me directly telling her, because it was from her like seeing Instagram or whatever. And then she asked like, so how do you know Dave? And I was like, well, Dave's probably like one of the best bladers of all time.
100%, right? Like, it's crazy. No one talks about that. Yeah. Super fucking good.
Yeah, she was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, he's like one of the best. And like the other girl was like, you know, these are like, you know, super LA girls. So
he's like Hollywood famous. Right?
Yeah. But the other girls were like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, they didn't really get it. And then one girl was like, oh, like fruit booting? And that shit was like, I haven't heard it in a while. So I was like, lol. I was like, yeah, I guess. She's like, well, you know what? To be honest, that's probably a lot cooler than skateboarding right now.
Fuck yeah.
And so I was like, I didn't expect her to say that. And then like just after, like with the rebuttal. And I was like, oh shit.
I bet there's so many skateboarders that get such a bad rap. I bet there's a lot of skateboarders too who got into it and got like big heads about it, got a lot of money, and then started doing bad stuff, man. Yeah. Just being bad dudes, you know? Like,
I just, you know, to be honest, I think, I mean,
I also, like I said, I like watching skateboarding, everyone.
No, me too. Sick. Like, I was really biased against it for a while, but I think living in Copenhagen and like experiencing skateboarders who aren't trying to jump me all the time.
Yeah, I was going to ask how the scene is in Europe like that, because I don't really know.
I've only had one issue. I mean, especially Danish isn't my first language, so maybe there has been times.
Do you speak Danish?
A bit.
Isn't that supposed to be like the hardest one to
It's
learn?
Up there, yeah. It's up there.
Like I heard, isn't that like the language that the least amount of people speak or something?
It can be. I think there's only 5 million, 5.5 million.
Yeah, something like that.
It's up there with the hardest. It's definitely on the top 10 list.
It's crazy.
It's an old language. It's all guttural. But like, yeah, so basically, like, if I'm not, I was at a point where if I wasn't listening, I couldn't really hear what anyone's saying. Like, but now I can probably hear.
Understand a couple things, yeah.
Well, now I can't. Like, now I'll understand like almost every conversation around me. But at the time, like maybe 4 years ago, like no.
No, crazy.
And then, but there was only once I've ever had an issue, and like, I mean, the dude said sorry like immediately, and they felt bad about it.
Like, yo, dude, what the fuck? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, and it was weird because it was actually weird on both sides. Because like in LA, like I'm used to like being fucking tased or jumped from 15 and up. Yeah. You know, so for me, it's like as soon as I see them do weird shit, I get mad. Like it takes me once instantly. So like I go press them immediately, and this guy, I don't want to put him on blast, or maybe it doesn't matter. Actually, fuck it. His name's Mikkel. So he was. We were at where was it? Oh, at a Fælleparken. It's like this the bigger skate park in Copenhagen. And there's this long P rail, and he was doing like mad switch ups on it, like ridiculous, like 5 or some shit. Yeah. And there's skateboarders sitting all across the ledge, like directly in front of the rail. Mm-hmm. And clearly, you know, he's doing a lot of switch-ups, and as soon as he lands it, all the skateboarders are like, you know, mimicking him and like laughing and doing like weird dumb poses. Jumping. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go hit this rail and I'm gonna see what they do. Yeah. Because like I wanted them to do something to me.
Yeah, totally.
So I grinded the rail, and in my peripheral, I don't see him do anything, and then I land, and the dude makes a fart noise. And then they all started laughing. So like, cause like I was really low. Yeah. So then like I landed and it was like a squat. So the dude, like I heard him saying Danish, like, oh, like the shitter or something. Yeah. And so I go over and I go literally right in front of them, and they're not used to that in Denmark. Maybe not.
I'm sure, dude. Maybe not. Like, watch out.
Yeah. Like, and then as soon as I got up to like, they stopped laughing, and I was like, oh no, like, you know, tell me like what the fuck was so funny.
Yeah, dude.
And the dudes like immediately like their faces just dropped, and I literally like took a knee like on some like it was almost like talking to kids, like they were like well old too. Yeah. I took a knee and I was like, no, like, you know, let me know. Like, you know, I told like, hey, I want to laugh too. Yeah. And they didn't at all. Then I just let them. I just ripped them. I was like, yo, next time you talk shit, bro, say it's my fucking face, bitch ass, pussy ass motherfuckers. And they didn't do shit. Like they all just looked down. And I kid you not, like one dude came up and was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, get the fuck out of my face or whatever. Totally. But then Mikkel came up to me afterward, and he was like, dude, why the fuck you do that? And I was like, dude, what do you mean? Like, I did this for blading, man. Like, what do you mean?
And you also did that because, you know, you're an American.
Yeah. And then he was just like, well, man, I want to skate here all summer. I don't want to have any problems. Yeah. And I was like, fuck. I know, dude. I was like, oh, fuck it. I don't regret it.
But it's funny and true. Blader first, American second, Danish person third. Like, yeah, you gotta support blading first. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but fuck it. But speaking of supporting blading first, like this year's Blade Cup was actually really, really, really fun.
Just sent a text to all the guys the other day. I think it was probably the best one yet.
Yeah, it was amazing.
The turnout was ridiculous. I can't speak for John, but I think that it was the biggest turnout so far. Which
it could
be wrong, but I think that the numbers he said that they are, and which is fucking awesome. There's a photo. I can't show anybody on there because it's in fucking audio, but check out this photo, dude.
I think I know.
He posted it.
Yeah, he posted it. It's the fast slider, right?
Dude, how many fucking people are there?
And not only that, the garages were full. Like up on top. Yeah, the whole thing was like definitely full.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Like, and I think 3 years ago. 3 years ago I was like a little worried. Yeah. You know, I was like, oh man,
I wasn't here.
Yeah, I think you were gone. There's 1 year where it just wasn't. The turnout wasn't. It was still fun. It was Blade Cup, but like this turnout wasn't that like awesome. And then it slowly since then it's gotten like I can't believe it's been 8 years too, dude. Have you ever been to Bitter Cold?
No.
So I've been growing up. I went to Bitter Colds right all the time, and I've been to more Blade Cups now than I have Bitter Colds.
Sick.
And it's fucking crazy to me.
Huh.
I feel like there's almost as many Blade Cups as there has been bitter.
There's actually been a lot of Blade Cups.
8, dude. 8 Blade Cups.
Damn.
Pretty crazy. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
No.
It's 2008. Yeah, it's 2008. It totally makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
That's wild. But yeah, Blade Cup was great. Winter Clash was great. Glad that shit's still going down.
Yeah.
We could use another one. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like there's something else that should be done. We've been talking about, like, you know, the Colorado road trip is great. I don't know if you've been on that.
Never.
I've been there.
I might want to avoid Colorado, though.
What is that?
Remember, that's where I got fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back, but it's just like, this shit kind of, like, ruined it for me.
We should fucking avoid Colorado then for a minute. That's true, though. But I mean, something like that, I feel like, you know, Shred to Your Dead tour was cool, and more blading stuff like that I think needs to happen. Especially like what Blade Cup does. I feel like the outdoor event is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I think it's so cool that other people can see it.
Yeah.
We bring a lot of money to the town, and
it seems like Santa Ana's like well down for it.
Seems like they're all about it, you know.
Yeah, but it was also really interesting to see the participation of like the OGs coming back.
Ripping, dude, Mike Budnick.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, so like when I'm on the sidelines.
Did you know Mike Budnick?
No, I've never heard of him.
Honestly, to be honest, I've only heard of Mike Budnick. I'm not even like, I haven't been skating long enough to even like know really what Mike Budnick's about.
I mean, dude, me neither. Like when I saw him, I was like,
I know he's like in his 40s, and the invert he did was that of a teenager, dude.
Dude, it was fucked up.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was insane. And it was funny because as soon as I saw him, in my mind, like, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, you know, some buff ass deal. Like, yo, he's like the fucking final boss of blading. Like, like I was telling the boys the other day.
What's his name? Mortal Kombat with the 4 arms.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I was telling the boys the other day. Like, dude, I saw Mike. I didn't even know who he was. Like, dude, like I don't know who this guy is, but he's the final boss of blading. Like for sure. Like as soon as you beat Henderson, like you think you're done with the game. It's like you think you're done with the game, but like it's like no. All of a sudden, it's like Mike Budnick. It's like, oh fuck, like and you just fucking beat your ass. He's like the secret boss. Like you know how they do that.
Two scariest bladers around, though, for sure.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah,
but like very necessary.
Yeah, I'm sure they're sweet dudes, but
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Who else? I mean, Randy always comes super hard. Always props him for still skating forever. Like, and I was actually, dude, like Philip Moore, man. Like, I feel like I have only really, and this is me not keeping up with blading, right? So I've only really heard of Philip Moore. Kind of seen some stuff here and there, but then that's like the best part of Blade Cup. It's anybody's game.
Yeah,
you know, he just got in there, fucking killed it harder than anybody else.
Yeah,
and took the W, dude.
True.
You know what I mean? I feel like anybody can do that. That's and I actually like I talk about the difference between feast, right, and Blade Cup, those kind of things. I'm not a feast person. I went to the China one.
You did go?
Yeah, I did a China. I went with Bailey. Bailey fucking like won like $5,000 in like with 10 minutes of skating.
Really?
Good. You know, he won the best trick at first. Like just fucking killed it.
Damn. What year was that?
2015.
Damn, that was recently.
14, 15 probably.
That's sick.
It wasn't China X Games. It was China Feast.
Yeah,
whatever it was, you know. And like, dude, that's not my type of blading. I kind of wish it was. I mean, Sashiro could skate like that. Yuto Guto, they could all do that stuff. Jun Kudo, all those guys. Not for me, dude. I can't even clear those launch boxes.
Yeah, I would have an issue.
Dude, it's fucking hard, man. Yeah. The walls. To me, it's like a BMX course. I don't even get.
I think it is a BMX course.
Yeah, totally. They rip on it, and Bailey's ripping on it too.
Well, yeah,
so it's like,
Bailey.
But I think there's like a clear difference in that kind of blading.
Speaking of Bailey, you notice like his front torques like pretty gnarly, and his true top acids
like fish brains.
Yeah, they're like that shit's crazy how he does
Bailey
that.
We talked about this too the other day. I think he has the most risky true spin fish brain in the game.
Yeah, he does have the most risky.
He does full commit. He's flat spin, If he misses, it's to the bottom. It's a miss. And I've actually never seen him fall on it, ever. I would love to see no disrespect, I would love to see a slip out and see how that goes. Because if he could save himself, that'd be fucking fantastic. Yeah, Bailey's got risky front torques. Bailey's one of those guys who has like that weird style, but like it's sick.
Yeah.
Because it like, and it's always been pretty good. Have you seen him in like the Sean Colan videos back in the day? Like, I think he was in Them Apples. That was like his.
That was
2
like
parts in Them Apples.
That was I still need a lot of.
Sean Colan video, dude.
Yeah, I still need a lot of like what is it, history homework.
You know what's cool? So I actually haven't played it that long, since '99. I haven't played since like '91, like a lot of other people.
True.
But, like,
that's like I was born.
I went to Lake Owen.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that camp?
It's like the Woodward, right?
Sister camp, right? It's in Wisconsin. But I would go there, and Adam Bender was like the director there, like the camp director. That's actually how I know Sayer, Ben Weiss, the Kansas dudes.
Oh.
They were all Rob G. It's where I met him.
Gotcha.
They would always, go there. Alex went there a lot. But they would make you, when you're a camper there, you'd watch. It'd always rain. It'd just rain there. So it'd rain one day, and on the rainy day, you'd go inside and then make you watch VG1 through whatever VG was at.
Really?
For real. So that was the only. That's where I got my history. It was like I'm fucking watching Ocho.
Yeah.
It's like Louis Zamora's part, but I wasn't skating then. You know what I mean? I wasn't around.
No.
But I started skating VG 17.
Gotcha.
I think, which was East Coast.
Yeah. I actually did just watch this one recently for a specific reason. Why? I don't remember, but I did because every time I have a question or something comes up, especially it's either Leon. It started off with Leon Humphreys and Gareth Morton in London.
Well, Leon's a great example of a blader. So that's to his part, dude. He's fucking been in it for a long time.
He's a legend. He's
definitely a legend. And
he still skates like really fucking
all the
good,
time, dude. Yeah, he skates a lot, really good. Like that, and that's like.
And actually, I really like talking to him about blading because he can articulate like everything on like a really high level.
Oh, he's been.
So like,
do you know how long he's been skating?
I mean, he's 36 now, I believe. 37, 36.
Dude, he looks young.
Yeah, he was just. Remember, he was just here. Yeah,
it was great seeing him.
I don't know exactly.
But yeah, he must have been skating since like '95.
No, yeah, at least.
What I mean? Like, and that's really interesting. I think that. I wonder what he does. I don't know. Do you know what he does outside of blading?
I do, and I don't. Like my memory loss is kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually spent Christmas with him last year with his family.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah,
that's sick.
It was like my first like British. Oh, and also Ollie Short as well. That was
skating?
That was a crazy day.
Is he skating?
No, he just like we went out to a bar and he was like, "Oh shit!" And then Ollie just showed up. Like,
I bet he starts skating again, dude. I bet Ollie starts.
I think he's next. We'll
next.
call it now.
All of them are gonna come back. They do their thing. They try to get a career. It doesn't work out, and they come back.
You know what Ollie does now?
What does he do?
He's a hypnotist.
Get the fuck.
I'm dead serious, dude.
I don't want to talk about
all right.
I don't believe in that. Oh, well, a hypnotist is different than like a psychic. Sorry.
No, he's not a psychic.
That's crazy. Okay, I believe in hypnosis.
He helps people get over their
like smoking,
like addictions and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's like his thing.
My friend Jocelyn got hypnotized, and she's a vegetarian to quit smoking.
Yeah.
And she just started eating meat.
Really?
After her hypnosis, yeah. It's like
it's like a glitch.
Dude, Mark, just gonna eat meat now. It's funny. One thing then I wish that is so unknown in rollerblading, but you only find out later, and I wish I could tell everybody, and then they believe me, but I've said this so many times, I'm not gonna not stop saying it, especially if people hear it, but dude, blading's got a really cool outlet, and there's a lot of creative people in it, and not just in rollerblading, but it gives you the opportunity, one, to create a huge community of friends, and then two, to dip your hands in other useful things outside of blading. For instance, podcasting and filming and editing and design and whether it's skate design, rock design, ramp design, whatever the fuck it is. But a lot of old school bladers or people who did blade and still do blade but don't have a career in blading have fantastic careers.
That's
still
true.
Blade, you know? And it's like a fucking ton of them.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm even at work sometimes, and I'll run into somebody doing something pretty cool, and I'll be like, "Oh, dude, I know, like I ran into this guy Kyle, and he's like, "Oh, dude, like I grew up with Sean in Santa Maria, like we skate all the time." I was like, "That's fucking nuts! Like you're just on at my work doing like real people stuff, but you're a blader." Like he asked for rollerblades to film on a set we were doing, and this guy was like, he was trying to figure out how to get a shot. He said, "Man, I wish I had some rollerblades right now." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, like just like if I had some blades, I can get this shot." And I was like, "I have some in my car. Like you could totally." I was like, "You rollerblade?" And it turns the whole thing. So I gave him my blades, and he fucking rips, dude. He was a shredder. But like, you could be a dolly cam. Like most people don't know that, you know. Filming with blades is it's a fucking great thing.
It's starting to become a thing, like especially when I'm in LA. It's totally. Like it's almost standard. Mm-hmm. Not almost standard, but it's getting to the point where it's like necessary. Maybe a better
easier
word.
than pulling a fucking track out or something.
Yeah. Like I've noticed that a bit. Especially, I was on set sometime this year with like Josh Goodell. And
Josh is a good example too. Just a guy who blades, but doing really cool stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
And then Joe Esquivel had me on set.
Example.
And then they had a dude there from Liverpool, and he was filming on skates, and I rolled in with skates.
That's like crazy.
And then like everyone else is just like, wait, like is this like a thing now? You know?
That's funny.
Yeah, it was funny being around so many people who are like noticing a lot of bladers in one area.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of like,
Well, and they stick together too, because like Joe works with my friend Casey and my friend Alex, who are both bladers, and they're all in the film thing, and they're doing commercials. Like it's important, you know, and none of them would have those skills or connections if it wasn't for a rollerblade.
True.
And I think that's like super fucking important. You know, it's not like, you know, I don't want to talk shit on baseball or whatever, but like, dude, if you know some baseball players in their fucking 20s, they're like the worst dudes.
Yeah.
They're just not good guys. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like I can't talk shit on sports like that. That's not true. But a lot of the people I've met that have gotten some attention on some shit just don't turn out that great. Yeah. They don't have a good close group of friends like we do and stuff.
I can see that.
I'm sure skateboarding is like rollerblading in that sense, but it might not be now. I mean, it's.
I don't know enough to have a real opinion, and most of the skateboarders that I know, like, they don't even know, like, or maybe they do know, but they don't even like they don't really fuck with other skateboarders
I'm
like
sure
that.
Clicky,
yeah. So like,
yeah, totally.
I mean, I don't know. I guess that's
that would make sense.
Yeah, but also I wanted to talk about like some interesting. It's like some weird like paradoxes that I've been noticing being back in California, where there's like some contradicting things that maybe I think is contradicting, but maybe it's not.
No, I'd love to hear
But it's like I've been coming across like a lot of like OG dudes that I haven't seen in a while, and for instance, they'll like praise VGs or whatever in all these older videos, like religiously and constantly. And then at the same time, they'll talk about how they hate like the fact that newer people are using like standard def, and then they almost really value.
Oh, it's so interesting. That's okay. You're right, in 100% ways.
And like and that fucks with my mind.
Okay, that's very hypocritical.
Because like it really,
it's very hypocritical.
Yeah, and every time I try to bring it up to them, like they don't even get what I'm trying to say. At the same time, because like me personally,
this is what they're doing. I feel I'm gonna cut you off real quick.
Yeah.
I feel like that somebody. It's just some personal bullshit, is what that sounds like.
Yeah,
it's like somebody who's attached to their nostalgia. But then also, like, why aren't you using the technology of the future? Like, this is better.
Dude, yeah, and almost every OG.
And you're like, well, dude, I thought you liked the stuff that was in standard def.
Yeah. And
you're like, no, but it's cool then. But, yeah, that's just people. I think that a lot of people who come back into it maybe, or a lot of people just, like, think that it was better then.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because I hope people don't come back into blading for the wrong reasons, you know? Like, some people might come back in and be like, well, this is how it was when I was doing it, and this was what was cool then. And so, like, and I'm glad that I was there. And there's just a bunch of storytellers who want to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Bladers who don't really know.
Yeah.
And it's the age of the internet, though. So, like, the only reason that was cool, the only reason we like those things, I think, is because, like, that's all we had.
Yeah.
I had VHS tapes. That's what I got. To be honest with you, I stopped buying rollerblading videos once DVDs kind of hit. I was a VHS guy then. I still watched them, but it's just something you don't do. And I actually, I don't know, dude. You can't say that like fucking Formosa isn't one of the best videos fucking ever. Like,
no, it was amazing.
You know what I mean? Sure. It wasn't sense to compare that. Like, you can't say that like, give me no video. You can't say that VG's 15 was better than that.
I mean, I'd probably say Formosa was better. But at the same time, VGs have, like, no nostalgic value for me at all.
And that's the thing. Nostalgic is only, it's not, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why should they? You know?
Yeah.
You weren't around.
No.
And then somebody shouldn't fucking expect you to think that.
But it's almost if...
It's super contradictory, though. I will give you that. It's hypocrisy.
It's so contradicting.
Well, a lot of people are haters, myself included. And I do it sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. And that's just like the bottom line, you know? A lot of people are just going to talk shit to talk shit. And that fucking sucks, man. And I actually hate that in blading. We're on the same fucking team, man. Like,
true.
You know, like, and I think sometimes it gets a little obscure. And there's some things that are definitely whack. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, at least when it comes to like, I don't know if you can say the conservative to the progressive side. I mean, I'm kind of more in the middle towards the conservative.
Sure.
Really, in a very honest, the most honest I can be. Like, I'm like in the middle, and I take 2 steps.
I am 100. Are you talking about conservative as in classic blading?
I would like, yeah.
So are you talking about grinds?
I'm talking about
grinds and big tricks.
I don't know if I'm talking about big tricks. I'm just talking about difficult tricks. Maybe difficult tricks, but also like maybe sticking to what was established. You know what I mean? Because I understand the reason for like reaching outside of the box and like, you know, experimenting, like, sure.
So like, let's give an example, like.
But it depends. At the same time, I'll love everything that Colin Martin does, but
okay. And so, Colin's a great blader.
Yeah.
And Colin has also been blading for, I want to say. I mean, I'm going on 20. I want to say like 28 years, something like that.
Yeah. Wait.
I wish that you had a video camera right now so we could show everybody who ever would listen to this Colin's front side in Smell the Onion.
I think I did. I mean, I think I saw it.
It's the hardest trick ever done. It's so fucking big. I hope he's listening sometime because it's very large. It's a giant trick, and like nobody's ever done it. Nobody ever will do it again.
Yeah.
And it's just a fucking set slide, but. Somebody tried to.
On the toboggan thingy.
Dude, the toboggan run set slide is one of the biggest tricks ever done, for sure.
Dude, Scotty B, I think he showed me almost every trick that has been done in Chicago that I think I should see.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure he's got a great collection of it, and Colin's done a lot of big ones.
No,
with Rory, same with PJ.
See, but that's also a thing too that I wanted to touch up on because like I was having like I was in Denmark with like with Core, and we're super being like, you know, Brexit bladers, like in our flannels and like prominent belt buckles and like trucker hats, just saying like, you know what I mean? Kind of just we had one moment where we're just like, you know what? Like we kind of said, or maybe not all the way, but we were just kind of like, you know, I feel like at least when you get to someone like Colin, like you have to like earn your right to start inventing those things. Because I notice some people when they try to invent new things and do different things, it's almost as if they didn't have like the foundation for that.
I think that's a fair argument, and I agree with you 100%. I think that the argument would be like, let's just compare it to like Picasso, right? Real quick, Picasso is an excellent realistic painter. He knows how to paint perfect fucking portraits. But he doesn't. And he doesn't have to, because he learned how to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's a pretty good example.
You have to learn the fundamentals before you're allowed, or learn the rules before you're going to break them.
Dude, that's it there. Like, that's exactly what I wanted to say.
And that's I agree with that, for sure. Colin's definitely earned that right. A lot of people have earned that right.
True.
This is a story that didn't happen to me, but somebody told me this the other day, and I think it's funny. And they're not really blading anymore, so it doesn't matter. If we know Tommy Boy, and I've ever heard of Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
From NorCal.
Yeah.
Good dude, funny guy. There's a story I heard where Damian Wilson, also a great player, old school dude, was at a skate park at competition up north, and Tommy Boy showed up. And Tommy Boy was wearing, like, there was a phase he was going through where he had, like, teal skates and like a pink button up and short shorts and whatever the fuck, right? Yeah. And that's fine. Have your own style, like whatever. However, you know, you're at a skate park and it's maybe 2005 and blading's not looked upon great. Yeah. And I guess Damian Wilson was like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, you're fucking. We worked so hard to just bust our asses to do all this shit, and then you come here with those fucking skates and that fucking shirt and the fucking whatever." Yeah. And like, I'm so torn between it, you know, because like, yeah, I'm all about freedom of expression, but man, do I agree with Damian. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, you just gotta, if you're gonna be a part of the game, I feel like you should try to play it right. That's all. I mean, and then again, like, then do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. What's is it regulators? Like, you know, you gotta earn your keep. Yeah. It's, you know, like. No. So I'm about that, and like, it's tough, man, and teach their own. I personally, like, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I really go through phases. But honestly, I feel like it also depends on, you know, how well someone can, because, like, personally, even me, like, I wear weird-ass shit sometimes, but at the same time, I almost have to be in the mood for it, and if I'm not in the mood, like, it shows. Like, it looks like I'm doing something weird. Because, like, I feel like sometimes maybe someone will wear something, like, a bit off and definitely not the norm. But at the same time, like, they wear it so well and you know it's them. So you don't really question it. Dude. You know what I mean? So you don't. Sure. There's definitely 100%. Like, I mean, who's crazy? Like, fucking. Yeah, I mean, like, Robbie owns his style really well. True. Like, I would say that Robbie's a good example of somebody who owns that style quite well. Yeah. And I don't know if you've ever seen, again, Robbie's done some really big tricks. Like, I love watching Robbie grind. And, like, if I were to see somebody, like, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I feel like I would be, if I saw somebody doing Robbie's tricks, I don't know how I'd, like, Robbie works those tricks, you know? There's something about the way he does them. So, yeah, because basically, if anyone else did them... I just don't know how I'd react to it. It is really interesting that you say it like that. But, like, the way... There's something about the way he does it, which is an individual style, that I totally agree with. I'm like, that's fucking great. Yeah. I tell him all this all the time. I love seeing him grind. Yeah. I love watching Robbie grind. But I like grinds. But yeah, I'm with you on the fact that if I just think that, like, if I saw a younger blader, I feel like when I say it out loud, you're like, man, you start to feel like an asshole. Yeah. But I feel like if I saw a younger blader just starting out doing some of those things, I would try to guide them in a different direction. True. Than to be able to go back to those things. Yeah. If that makes sense. You know, like, I don't think that you should start blading without the intention to go aggro. Yeah. You got to go aggressive. You know, I see aggressive inline skating. Got to go big at some point. Yeah. In the beginning or at some time, you got to try it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And I think that if you wanted to after that, dial it back around. I agree. The mushroom blading guys,
Yeah, but they also, I mean, I've never.
Dude, I fucking love Better Than Baseball though, and Cirque du Soleil. Have you seen Cirque du Soleil?
No, I haven't seen none of that.
Dude, so good. They're fucking funny. We were talking about this. Like, it was the narrative conversation.
Oh,
right?
true.
So, okay, people who do narratives, great. Those guys. Better Than Baseball is fucking hilarious. And so is Cirque du Soleil. I haven't seen their other one after that, which I think it might be Mushroom Blading. I'm not sure. Fucking funny. And then the Mike Dempsey and Casey Garrity and all those guys, they do funny fucking narratives.
Yeah.
But they do big blading.
True.
So it's...
True. And that's another thing, because I've noticed some OGs here and there, complaining about there weren't any narratives in blading anymore and so on. And to be honest, I've never even watched any of the narratives. If anything, that was like, when I even think about a narrative in a mind game, I also see like the skip sign on the top right corner because I hit it every time. Like if I even picture it, like I immediately see like those triangles to the right. Sure. I have never watched a skit.
This is the point where we're talking about that. That's like a surprise to me. I never actually watched a serious blading video and gave a fuck about the narrative.
No, never.
I don't get that at all.
But maybe to some people,
but maybe those guys are making films now.
I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe for some people, I don't know. I personally, that was like the number one skip. I mean, I'm sure like Mike Dempsey and those guys, like they do it so well, and like you said, like they're comedians.
I mean,
like,
dude, they're fucking writers, videographers, comedians. Like, they do it right. And I mean, I'm not to say that when people are doing it, they're doing it wrong, but it's not entertaining. It's like, that's and I'm not watching a blade video to be entertained like that. I'm watching a blade video to get fucking stoked.
Yeah,
that's
true.
What it was.
See, but I think maybe one thing that they were maybe trying to, like at one point they were trying to get across was, I do agree that narrative blading, especially something like John likes the Heat section.
So fucking funny.
You can show that, like I'll show that to like someone who hasn't bladed, who I think might dig it.
100%.
Like who aren't like a skateboarder or anything.
100%. But are you going to show John Elliott's "What Do You Believe in" section to somebody who doesn't? And I would say that no. I mean, it's a good skating section.
Yeah.
But to say that narrative is great, I don't know.
No, I mean, I personally have not seen that, so you're probably gonna hate me.
You haven't seen What Do You Believe in?
No.
Oh, you should watch it.
I haven't seen almost everything, and maybe there were some things that I have seen by now, but I have like memory loss.
Well, the cool thing about watching the older videos, I think, is to see like why people get like. There's no better top acid, really, than an Eric Shrine.
I knew you were going to say Eric Shrine either.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was actually upset.
So there's stuff like that. There's no better top soul than John Julio top soul.
I agree with that.
There's stuff like that.
Actually, no, John Julio's top mid-straws lately have been amazing. Dude, I just want to throw that out there.
For sure, dude. I won't even do one on a ledge, and he doesn't even think about it.
Yeah, his top mid-straws lately. He just let us know that, like, I got these too.
That's like his move on the fucking ledge, dude. He just does them.
Like, I thought about if I was like 40 something, would I be top mid-straw only?
Forward, would you be doing any topside trick with your topside foot in front of you? No. Put that shit behind.
Okay. The Them Skates edit. I was watching down that. Ledge, yeah, he did the down ledge in a skate like a couple size bigger than his, probably.
Yeah, it's definitely the wrong size.
At 40, and I'm like, yo, like I don't think people realize like how gnarly that shit was.
It is absolutely ridiculous, that thing.
Yeah, that's like the last thing I would do at 40. Like, I don't know. Like, I hope I can, but I doubt it. 1,000%.
Not even 30, and I'm not doing top mid-straws and down.
No, actually, yeah, I'm not even 30, and I'm not doing it. So I'll let John have. John has that. Like, yeah. I'm not taking that from him.
And that's the thing is, I find those tricks super enjoyable over like a fucking med spin 360 on a fucking 10-star or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like, I don't like, yeah, I don't really like a lot. There's certain things that I just don't care about, right? I like interesting creative blading when it's something that I'm like, wow, this fucking, like, honestly, Colin skating is a really good example of stuff that I find very interesting. He does a lot of toe taps and kind of seemingly defies gravity a little bit. And it's so interesting. And, it's a lot of like body movement, but that's the thing. It's not even, that's style. That's all style. Yeah. Somebody else could do what Colin, and I think that's where I'm going back with Robbie. Is like somebody else could do what Robbie and Colin and the Mushroom guys are doing, but they don't. They don't. If you don't do it with like, if you're not good at rollerblading,
true,
you're not gonna be good at that.
No.
And I think the only way you get good at rollerblading is to fucking do some grides and some wall rides and some big ass shit. You know, like that's all those guys. I think at one point did that.
Yeah.
You know, and then you earn your right and you do your thing, and then you just get to do rollerblading.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, is like the stuff that they do is technically very difficult on blades. Like spinning around, moving around like that. It's fucking hard if you don't know how to rollerblade. And that's kind of how I, growing up, you know, I would just fucking, I think I'd say the past 5 years, I actually got good at rollerblading. You know, like rolling and actually skating around and like knowing my body and getting air and all that shit. Whereas like growing up, I was like, I'm just gonna do what I can. I'm gonna jump on this thing. I'm gonna run in the grass, or I'm gonna stand on this. You know, like
it's funny you say that because like for me, it wasn't really that at all. Like I was more in pursuit of like doing my best to make it, like, how do you say, to make it make sense, you know? Like if I would do a trick, I really was like focused on maybe, like, I'll say if it's like a switch up, I want to do a switch up that was kind of like not really normal at the same time. And I think that kind of fucked me up later, because even till this day, like I legit can't soul very well, like at all. Like at all. Like all the homies know this. Like my souls are trash. Yeah. And it's because when I started, like you said, I actually would like look to tricks that I wanted to do other than soul. I thought, oh, soul, I don't want to do that because that's the easiest trick.
Ah, okay, interesting.
So like for me, I was, you know, I'm like, oh, my first trick, I'm going to do negative mistral or something like that.
That's fucking crazy.
I mean, it wasn't my first trick, but, you know, like I would focus on, when I was younger, I focused like heavily on negatives, and I focused heavily on...
Dude, that's funny. You're going to hate me. I fucking hate negatives.
No, yeah.
I don't give a fuck about them. I don't think they're tricks.
Yeah, there's always that guy.
I'm like, nah, I don't get it. I don't see it.
Yeah, there's always that guy.
I think it's because, like, have you seen Josh Latona's section in the intuition video?
I have not, but I'm aware of his skating.
You gotta watch it. And, like, when that came out, I mean, it's some of the biggest tricks ever. Like, they're really difficult. Yeah. But for some reason, it was just like a joke.
I mean, I've seen his tricks.
I'm like, this is just crazy. Like, I don't
I mean, there is an overkill.
Or something. I don't know.
Actually, you know, I agree with you. You can overkill negatives, in my honest opinion. You can't really overkill normal soul tricks, but like when you do like negatives consistently, maybe if your whole skill set is just gnarly negatives, and maybe it's just like, okay, dude,
I'm trying to just compare it to something else that like I don't care about. That like it's so hard. Because somebody could do like a just. Like a 360 negative soul, which I don't know if it's ever been done.
Maybe.
I don't know if it has.
I think everything's been done probably.
But yeah, or like on a big fucking rail. Yeah. And like that's crazy. But if somebody just like half cab top sold it, I'd be like, yeah, that's way sicker. It's just, and like I don't know, or just a 3 soul versus a 3 negative soul. You're like, it's just to me a more like logical move, I think. I mean, but again, people do what they want. It's not for me.
No, I mean, but I think everyone needs. I mean, I got an argument with.
What if somebody was only doing negatives in a competition and that's it, but they were doing the biggest shit? It'd be such a fucking debacle on like how you're gonna judge this thing. In my opinion, like if I was judging and somebody was like doing the biggest negatives, but then there was just like another dude just doing some like sick ass souls and soyals and like some 360 whatevers, and like I'd be like, damn, like that guy kind of killed it, but like I hated all those tricks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but maybe that's why there's like 3 judges.
It has to be. That's got to be the reason, because like, that can never be a judge. It'd be the worst.
Oh, but no, yeah. I mean, I get it. 'Cause there's a lot of people who really like what they like, and like to be honest, that's like obviously perfectly fine.
Oh, I mean, it's fine. Well, we had an interesting argument at Winter Clash, right? Who I'm the worst, dude. I don't know any names. Who won last year? What was his name?
I don't know.
The guy with the aluminum frames. He did like a big wall ride. The guy who did like a giant wall ride, like off the side and hit.
Oh, that dude. I know what you're talking about.
I think, right?
Dude, I was drunk as fuck when we were
But anyway, so this guy, whoever he was, sorry, dude, whoever he was, had aluminum frames, flat, and big wheels.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so he's fucking hauling ass. He's doing this giant wall ride, and wall rides are fake. He was fucking big, right? Yeah. We had a nice little argument. Me, Robbie, and Devon and stuff. And I don't know if they're kidding or not, or just joking around. But the argument is like, is he cheating or not? Because you're there, and we're all at a skate park. I'm skating anti-rockers. I just have 58mm wheels. So because of that, I couldn't do what he did. There's no way I could even get the speed to do what he did. He had big wheels and aluminum frames. And flat, and I think that's great. You should do that. And he was grinding into this thing. Everybody can skate whatever setup they want. Yeah. The argument, it was just for the sake of the argument.
I know what you mean. Like he has.
Is that okay for him to win because he has that setup versus a different move with a traditional skate setup?
Well,
and I think he should have won. It was a huge fucking trick, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's a funny argument to have.
It's a good one.
Are we going to ever implement regulation in skate
competitions? When it comes to like the sizes?
I mean, in reality, like what's going on here? You know what I mean? That's an interesting thing to talk about, because if you were, not to say blading isn't legit, of course it's legit, but if we were just a little more legit and we had an association, there might be some rules that we'd have to go to. You know,
well, speaking of that. I got in an argument the other day with like those like diehard flat rider dudes.
I grew up skating flat.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this, but like low key, like Brosco skates faster than any flat person I've ever saw.
Oh, I don't think that flat or anybody who's like flat is better.
Yeah, but I mean like speed wise. Does affect like.
Oh no, dude! You get more speed. Brosco's
a monster. Yeah, he's just a monster. He's just a monster. Yeah, but yeah, maybe yeah.
You get more speed with all 4 down.
No, you're right.
You know, and you get its turning angles and stuff like that. You get definitely like that.
Yeah.
That's like why the wish frames are cool, and I think that's actually why like, that's why you can do a lot of stuff. Like some of the stuff that Robbie does. Or some of the mushroom guys do is that I don't actually know, but they talk about the rocker a lot.
Yeah. My homie Mike Simpson has like his third wheel.
I like that dude. I like that guy a lot.
Yeah, no, Mike's the homie. Actually, to be honest, like I was never a big fan of like big wheel blading at all. Like just to throw myself out there. But on top of that,
I'm a fan.
The first time, like I'm not a huge fan of it. Like I understand it, and I get it.
I definitely like that role. I don't think it's meant for the aggressive world. I kind of don't agree with it being in our world. I think that it's great that rollerblading. I think like I have big wheels, but I skate them on the beach, and I just go fast.
Same.
And I think that's that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I definitely disagree with them being in the aggressive part.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I always saw it and thought personally I would never do this. but Mike was the first and only guy to ever, when I saw him doing shit, I was like, whoa, that was fucking
you liked it. Okay,
sick as fuck when he does it. And not only that, but like how he does it in a way like he was able to... like like move throughout space. Like it was so sick. Like I legit got like I have like 3 big wheels right fucking there because of Mike.
That's cool.
Like directly from Mike, and like.
And I think that's important. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's cool that somebody could change your mind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, he completely changed my mind. So now I'm like a lot more open to other chicks. Like I actually like, I see value in a lot of it, but at the same time, I always go back to maybe just what I know. But I think everyone has like their own.
Definitely. You know who does interesting stuff that like again, I like talking about style a little bit because a lot of people do things that I think wouldn't work if they weren't doing them. And like, for example, like Miguel. Have you seen Miguel ever do those lines where he'll do like a line on a ledge and he'll do a sharp turnaround and come back and do another line? And I feel like I don't think I could do that. Like I don't think that if I did it, I don't think it would work. Or something, you know what I mean? Like, and I think it's cool when you find everybody's got their own unique thing. Like, dude, you got your backslides, man. Like,
well,
no one's doing those, bro. Like,
there are some that do.
Who is name one person that's doing them like that?
I mean,
you could be humble, whatever the fuck you want, but
I'll say people can do that.
I don't know anybody who does them like that, dude. I really don't. I've never seen it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe there's somebody out there, but I've never seen shit like that. And some people just got their things,
Yeah. And that's actually pretty interesting. Like,
and if other people did those things, they wouldn't be as powerful.
Yeah.
That's what I think is the most important thing to know. Like if I were to talk shit on like mushroom blading or whatever, if I didn't like it, I'd only not like it in the people who don't do it well. And that's like still to say too. Like maybe one day they'll do it well, but I think to be able to do certain things well, you have to find yourself.
Yeah, you have to figure it out.
You have to like.
Yeah, it definitely takes time.
Definitely takes time, dude. Like a ton of fucking time. I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it, and to be honest, I'll do it terribly.
Dude, I've tried. I've definitely tried to have. I do this thing now, even like. I'm doing this. I feel like a fucking idiot too when I'm doing it because I think some of the stuff is cool. Like I really like when you see the dudes like and they swivel on the fucking.
Oh no, those are sick. Yeah,
dude,
those are sick.
I keep trying to kind of do it and I can't really get it right.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely emulating certain parts. I think that if you could mix it all, I don't think anybody should be stuck to like we talk about like Danny Beer, dude. Dude's goes hard big. Yeah. And he's like kind of creative in his mushroom way,
Yeah.
But some of those moves are big.
True.
Big moves. And I think as long as you mix it, that's like totally chill.
I agree with that.
Again, if you don't want to mix it, that's fine. But don't think that you deserve anything then. I think the people who deserve stuff and like maybe free skates or recognition or a voice or anything like that are the people who like exercise all aspects of it.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But there's also some people who are just like really, really fucking good at one particular thing, and if you're biased towards it, then you'll probably like, feed them that they could, because some people are just like super, super biased towards one specific.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I told a guy the other day that I've never in my life searched Brian Aragon on YouTube, and they thought I was like retarded.
Well,
and like, have you
ever watched Brian Aragon stuff though? I mean, you were around.
I mean, yeah, it just never got me juiced, but that's like completely a bias,
for sure. To say that he's not incredible at rollerblading is false.
True.
To say that it could be a bit boring, I could see that.
I mean, for me, it has been.
He's pretty fucking perfect. Some of the stuff he does.
I think that's it. Because to be honest, I know for a fact if I saw it in person, I would be like, "Oh shit, that was fucking amazing."
Big stuff, dude.
Like I know for sure I would, but on video, it's like I don't know. Maybe it was always too perfect, and for me, it was.
I feel like he came around in that time where, like, I mean, he was fucking hugging it, doing some big stuff. That was the time.
Yeah.
That he had a perfect time there. And it's a shit. He's still blading though. He's doing it, and I like that. I'm glad he's out of the scene or whatever. But dude, you can probably go get a clip of him right now, and it's gonna be a fantastic clip.
No, I can imagine.
You know what I mean?
I can imagine. I think it also goes back to, I think personally, maybe it also is because like back in the around when I would be, searching for like what skating I like. I mean,
where do you search for skating that you like? That's interesting because like
really, currently that's a really loose answer because there is no real. We did have roller news back in the day.
I was into it for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I got into it at the beginning.
Yeah, right. But it got a bit gnarly. That's the thing. Like, there's no more like universal platform that everyone directly goes to, and that is what roller news was good for. But I will say, I mean, I know the comments were like a bit gnarly. I mean, like, come on, they'd have
just disable commenting on everything.
But as soon as the comments disable, then that's when roller news like die. And it's kind of funny.
People are there just to talk shit.
Yeah, but the shit talking got a little too. I mean, come on, like there was like some dudes that passed away, like fucking rest in peace edit. And dudes were like, "Oh, that was trash."
Yes.
I'm like, "Damn, yo!" I was like, "Damn!" Like dudes, I was like, just like legit, like man, savage. Like you couldn't get that more fucked up than that.
I think that's like the part of blading that I never got too involved in. I had like a Fruit Boot account and stuff, and Innovate Skate. You heard that?
No.
It's like Front Alex started that, but Fruit Boot was like our Chicago thing. So that's where all the Hammers list was, and that's where we talk shit and post stuff. And then BMag and Roller News. Those were the three that we went on. I don't really. I mean, BMag's still around.
I never really dug the message boards.
It's too much. It's definitely too much.
It's definitely not my thing.
No, and I feel like blading would be a little better without it.
I actually agree because there's like a lot of weirdos on there.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely not cool, and it's not cool to like be like that,
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're like, "What are you doing, dude? Go rollerblade," or "What are you doing?"
True.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's like so.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I always like to compare rollerblading sometimes. Somebody's gonna get mad at me, whatever. But to like street luge, right? So, but no, not compare it to street luge, but imagine you're a street luger, and you're talking shit to other street lugers on the message boards, and you're like, it's fucking insane. This makes no sense. Like, just stop doing that altogether, and then just enjoy what you're doing.
I think a lot of people are starting to do that more.
Yeah. I mean, the blading camaraderie has gotten great.
It's gotten a lot
better. Like, definitely. I don't think anybody's hating anything. I'm not going to lie, dude. I keep bringing him up because he's kind of in the spotlight right now, and he's the homie. But I don't like when people fucking hate on Robbie with that stuff. He might take it personally or whatever. He shouldn't take it personally, but it's like people need to do that blading. It's not what this is about.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody needs to do that shit at all.
Yeah.
I do agree that preference is necessary, and I also, like I said, agree that I don't think that's how you should start.
Yeah.
Blading or think that you should be. The main thing is thinking that you should be given something because of that. I don't think that there's a place for. It's the earning your keep thing. It's a bad thing to say because it sounds weird. Not earning your keep in the space of rollerblading, but if you're trying to progress in the industry, it's not the place to start.
Yeah,
it's a place to end up.
Yeah, the place to end up,
but it's not a place to start.
No, because
especially if we're gonna grow the thing. If we're gonna try to grow this fucking thing, we got to be a little extreme about it.
Yeah, there's got to be some foundation. And it's funny you say that because, for instance, I was in love with shadow skates for a very long time, and it's kind of funny because of course I wanted shadow to thrive and yada yada.
Yeah.
But I was in Denmark and I noticed this this is maybe 2014 or so. I don't remember exactly, but I had shadows and this kid was like, "Hey man, I want to get those." or whatever. And I said, hey, I got some extra parts. You can put something together. And I gave them to him, like in the way I skated them, which was,
Probably
you know,
a little crazy.
No, just pretty stock for the most part. And then I didn't really realize that, like, you know, this kid doesn't really know about blading. So when he got the skates, he took them home. Next time I saw him, he had them all adjusted weird as fuck.
Yeah.
And he was skating like duck. Like, you know, like his feet were all out.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
on the wrong foot.
yeah, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, no, you don't put these here. Like, make the straps like, you know,
you should have hooked him up with some.
No, I did. I tried to, but the thing is, he was saying, you know, his reasoning were like, oh, it feels better this way, you know. And the thing is he doesn't know yet that he's fucking up his skating. So I actually told him, like, dude, shadow should not be your first skate. And I realized, like,
oh, it's a tougher skate for sure. It's funny. Like, yeah, dude, I agree with that. Actually, 100%.
Yeah.
You should have a fucking skate.
Yeah, a skate. You can't fuck it up. Yeah, you can't put weird adjustments.
Laces in one buckle, dude.
Laces one buckle. Then you got to earn the adjustments.
Yeah, totally.
Because like, dude, I kid you not, like his negatives were scratching the ground as he was rolling forward.
And then it's a bad representation of like what it could actually happen, you know. You're just uncomfortable the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I always wish that I had skates on me to get out all the time. I can't tell how many times you go to a fucking skate park where some kid's like kind of interested and you're like, oh, I wish I could just give you a pair right now. Because like they would do it.
Yeah.
Or at least try to do it, you know?
I mean,
it's hard to but I feel like
you
gotta get exercise, dude. It's fun. People like being outside.
True. I mean, I've seen it happen a couple times. Like, I've done it a lot with, like, my old shadow deals in Copenhagen. Hey, Copenhagen has a very strong... Denmark has a very strong young kids.
That's awesome, dude.
And, to get to that topic, yeah, I had my first... well, you know, people, like, are as relevant about the whole porn star issue.
Wait, what is this too? Hold on, tell me about this.
I actually don't know.
So the girls are the girls trying to change the name?
I don't know exactly.
Like actual political here.
I don't know.
Fucking name porn star.
I don't know exactly. All I'll say.
What do they call it? I saw it on one of the girls.
I heard they were calling it superstar, which I think is corny as fuck.
Super corny.
But you know, at the same time, I mean, I would never.
It's a kind of a fucking weird trick name. I wonder.
I mean, okay.
I know somebody knows the origin of that, and I don't know.
I don't know the origin, but I actually did talk to. I was like a friend of mine named Kay. I think she's a really sick female blader, and I think she's really sick too because she just blades and she just skates. You know, like she doesn't take like bikini photos in her skates and like for some clout.
Yeah.
That shit's so corny to me. But
there's no sex to be involved in.
No, you know, and she's good and she's solid. But I was talking to her about it, and she kind of brought it up, and she was saying like, yeah, she was like, I personally don't understand the whole agenda about it, or she didn't really take it as, how do you say, as it's like sexist or something. But
it's not.
Yeah, it's not. But like, I heard
porn stars.
Yeah. I heard people saying that was one of the reasons. I don't know the official reason, but I'll say I had my first issue with the name in Denmark because I was doing a skate school, and I was like in Jutland. This is like farmland, Denmark, and like
you're teaching kids, and you got to call the
exactly, dude.
That is interesting.
There was so picture this: the skate park just got built, a big ass fucking skate park in this town called Brande, and the dude that runs it, to Blader, he opens a skate shop. It sells only skates. So no matter what, all the kids, they don't have any choice. They just buy skates because there's no other choice. So the like the town, whoever who was coming up to, I don't know why they were there, but they were there to check out the park and seeing how the kids were doing and stuff. And they were there. I had to go talk to them and yada yada, and tell them about the park and how it's influencing the kids and yada yada. So I'm there to teach the kids too. And people don't realize this, but there's the 3 intro grinds for the most part.
Soul misery porn star.
Soul misery porn star. So
it's really fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
so as soon as you get to the third, like, all right, so what's next? And I'm like,
damn.
And like I didn't want to say it, but someone else said it. It was like these German dudes that were there helping me, which is weird because there weren't that many Danish instructors there.
Yeah.
But there was like some German guys, and they were like, yeah, porn star. And then like I heard like the late, like, you know, the mom, like, you know, her kid is like 8, like a little girl, and she's like, oh, I want to do a porn star, and the mom's like, what the fuck? And she's looking at me like, fuck you teaching my kids. Dude. And it's crazy because, like, you know, parents, especially like, okay, in that environment, like super conservative, like,
in general though,
in general,
the ones who control the skates and your kids, dude.
Yeah, so they, you know, they're and then, like, you know, and one of them almost kind of asked me about it, but I totally dodged it. I was like, dude, I'm not getting in this. Yeah. Like, I'm staying out of that.
It's not your call. It's sort of what it is, right?
No. Yeah. So, like, you know, I was like, but that was my first run-in to where I actually avoided the whole thing because it was just weird, like, being around, like, you know, 8-year-old little girls, teaching them how to skate. Like 8 to 12 was like my range, even younger.
Yeah,
and it was
a porn star.
Yeah, and
that is kind of an issue, I suppose.
But for some people would say, "Oh, it doesn't matter; they're gonna find out anyway." Sure, maybe, but I guess in my position, it was just like, all right, that was fucking weird. So
I think that is actually a valid argument. That alone, I would say. It's like an okay reason to be like, maybe we could change the name. Yeah,
but maybe not even change it. But I think I talked to Leon about that. But like maybe substitute it for now.
Yeah.
you know, they have like the what is that shit?
What are you gonna call it?
Like, you know in the movies where they like dub it, so it's like, what the frick? You know, like, instead of like, you know, I don't know.
Censored for a little bit.
Yeah, censored for a little bit.
Like a pern car or something. I don't know what you call it.
I think Leon was calling it Pawn Star.
Yeah, Pawn Star.
I mean, I don't know.
Porn. No, you can't say porn at all. Super interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. You know, like, shout out to Lonnie. Lonnie always did and still does a great job of because the parents are important. You know.
Yeah.
And Lonnie, in all his videos, if you notice, if you ever go back and watch any Lonnie videos or edits, he doesn't have swearing or cussing in any of them.
Really?
Or show drugs or smoking. And he does that. I mean, he's a wild man. He likes to party and do his thing. But he doesn't show it in any of his stuff. And that's so it's parent-friendly. And that's an interesting perspective to have when you're shooting or filming blading. Like, if you're trying to show it to kids, then you should probably keep it a little kid safe.
Yeah, and it's funny, because to be honest...
Dude, I used to watch shit when we were younger, when I was like 9, and I was getting PG-15, and like the apple that fell from the tree, which is Sean Cohen's video, there's like tits and ass and drugs and shit in there. And I remember being a kid and watching that shit, my mom walking in and being like, what the fuck is this? Like, yeah, it's just blading, but like, it is kind of fucking insane if you're showing crazy stuff to 9-year-olds.
That's actually hilarious because, dude, whoa.
And that was before the internet, really, at that point. I mean, the internet was around, but we didn't have...
Dude, that shit happened to me in I got like an LA video when I was mad young. I was like 15 or something. I can't remember what it was, but they were like in a strip club or something.
Yeah, so I'm saying, a strip club.
And like my mom walked in and she was like, okay, back to the porn. Like, you know Kevon, right? Yeah. Like, all the homies know this story. I don't know if you know that. So Kevon likes to like tell his parents everything. He's always been that dude for whatever reason. Yeah. I'm not that guy. But like, basically, I guess he went home and he was like, Dad, like, finally, like, Greg taught me how to do a top porn today. And his dad was like, Greg taught you how to do what? He's like, top porns? There's no top porns in my house. We were like mad young, like 15, and like now that when I think about it, like parents don't respond well to that trick. Good thing I'm trash at it.
Yeah, but like, I love that trick. I'm good as fuck at that.
You are. I wish I was, but I'm not.
I feel like it's a small person thing. If you're like a little stocky, you can be good at it.
I'm like pretty stock.
You're taller than me though, for sure.
Yeah.
5'11", 5'10"?
I'm like 5'8" on a good day.
Nah, dude, really?
5'9" on a good day.
5'7".
I'm like 5'8".
Yeah, I guess maybe that was tall as me.
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
It's a low trick.
But you're right about that. Yeah, a lot of short people have really good porn.
I was thinking like Gonzo. Gonzo was like one of the best.
His are maybe the best.
Just because he was so low, like he just rolled into him.
Yeah, I seen him do some fucked up top porns.
Definitely.
Gallegos is also really, really good at top porns.
I wouldn't even, dude, bro. You can't.
He's good at everything. Yeah, never mind.
You gotta throw him in the time grind area, dude. That's his move.
Yeah, he does those in his sleep. He's the type of guy where I think half of the best tricks he's ever done has been off camera.
For sure, dude. I can see that.
I've seen him do like the most fucked up shit.
I like skating. When we skated with him the other day, dude, that shit's fun because like I like that he's like doing wine stuff and then he comes back for a second and he does a true kind grind on a bank to bench. That's fucking nuts, dude. I never would do that shit ever. There's not a circumstance where I'm trying that sort of stuff.
No.
Super funny.
Yeah.
Fucking guy. Yeah, he's one of those good bladers. I mean, there's so many of those guys out there, you know? True.
But dude, we're already at an hour 30.
Dude, what else though?
And that's probably it. What time is it?
I want to do one of these real. It's 10:15.
Oh, fuck.
I want to do one of these with Joey. Somebody who fucking disagrees about the Savannah argument.
Let's do a disagree about the Savannah argument. Oh, shit.
Because I'm with Jeremy now on the Savannah argument. He convinced me. I'm fucking there. I think I'm switching my whole vocabulary now.
Damn. Oh, you know who would be a good one? Because Leon says alley-oop unity.
Yeah, he's fucking wrong. I'm totally ready. Like, we should go.
Oh, shit.
He's wrong.
No, I'm 100% Savannah, dude. Yeah. I'll get it tatted. Like,
I always want. Dude, it's funny. The old school dudes, though, they'll say, like, I have to have someone explain it to me. They'll say, like, true spin alley-oop soul.
I've heard of that. I've heard them say true alley-oop. I was like, what do you mean?
Possible sense.
I was like, yo, how do you true spin and alley-oop?
I know.
I've also heard zero spin alley-oop. I'm like, what is it, bro?
Oh, I don't know about. See, that's crazy.
You know who says that?
Who?
Jeremy.
He says.
Next time we skate.
That dude's wrong.
No, next time we skate, ask him to do it. He'll say zero spin alley-oop.
Okay, I think that would mean if you're looking over your like inside shoulder.
No, that's just how he said it.
But then I would say zero in spin soul or zero out spin soul.
I feel that.
To do that.
But
you're no spin.
No, he just says it. He says zero alley-oop.
Yeah, dude, that's some old school shit, but it doesn't seem accurate.
No, it's not accurate at all. It's fucking not accurate, dude. It's Fahrenheit.
We need to bring back, do you know what sunny day is?
I'm aware of it, yeah.
Cloudy night.
I actually really like those.
Yeah, sunny day and cloudy night. What is sunny day?
I think sunny day is alley top porn, I believe.
Yeah, and then a cloudy night
is true top porn.
It's true. I don't think that's correct.
Gallego still calls it that.
Okay, so cloudy night is true top porn, sunny day is alley top porn, overpuss is top mistrial.
I don't like overpuss.
It's one of those, it's like pornstar, I can't really use it.
I think overpuss just doesn't sound great. Weird. It doesn't even like describe the trick well.
Yeah, I guess not. And then there's Misfit, which forever.
I like Misfit.
Misfit's chill, that's the one.
Yeah, I like Misfit.
But yeah, I like Unity.
Alley-oop unity. I think just saying alley-oop to a groove trick is automatic. Like, dude, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna agree with that.
I mean, am I gonna say alley-oop royale? But, I can.
No, but the thing is that like you would have to get to, like I said, if alley-oop unity is alley-oop unity, then that would mean that a true spin Savannah or a true back Savannah is a backside alley-oop unity, which makes no fucking sense. And then that also means then what is a true spin Savannah? Is that a true spin alley-oop unity?
True.
You know? It's not.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, we can argue about this.
I need somebody here though who's going to disagree with me right now.
I mean, there's going to be people disagreeing with us right now. Somebody's like cringing right now. But I think that's like maybe the topic that will maybe never see.
That's a fun one to do. Though.
It is.
We need to get a bunch of people around the fucking table.
Yeah.
We need to talk shit about that topic.
True, because going against Leon would be good because he would be hard to.
I can see him getting aggro too. Like, yeah.
I don't think he'll get I don't think he'll get crazy, but I think he'll give good points.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to hear the points. That's the thing. You can prove me wrong. Somebody can prove me wrong.
I'm open to being proven wrong because, to be honest, I would love.
I used to call it alley-oop unity. I was calling it alley-oop unity up until Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, and then I realized I'm like, if I call it alley-oop unity, then that means I have to call my other trick something else.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the argument.
Yeah, and not only that, but like I have like a guilty pleasure of like making OGs like mad. So like I think it's hilarious to where if I hear someone say alley unity, I'll say, okay, cool, I'm gonna do alley backfire just to fuck with them.
Yes, 270 backfire.
And then they'll hate it because they'll be like, that's not. I'm like, no, it is because if you can,
alley backfire,
it would be 270 backfire. I'll just fuck with them for days, and I think it's hilarious.
Actually, it wouldn't be. An alley backfire, that's the thing. Another reason why alley unity doesn't work, because this is a unity, and then you're going this way. So an alley backfire would actually be a 270 back rail. If you're going like that. Because you don't change your feet from the unity when you do an alley-oop unity.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You're switching your torque.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because technically,
I think a Savannah and Unity are different tricks.
They feel totally different.
They're different types.
They feel totally different.
That's why the argument's totally fucking valid.
Yeah, like a Unity and a Savannah to me are like two completely different tricks.
100%. The same way Far from New York Royal are.
I agree.
I wish I knew all the. I want to. You gotta see. You talk about the OGs, but they know all the rules for the. They know why all the names exist. Like Farfignugan is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It used to be called Full Torque.
I'd never call it full torque.
Full torque is a sick one. I'm actually like into full torque because it's a full torque, dude.
I'm so used to doing the fars.
Yeah, I farf. I say farf, but like when I think about it, like because the front torque, full torque's kind of cool. It's a cool name.
But what came first, torque or far?
I think full torque did.
Full torque came first. So
I think full torque did. I don't know.
Yeah, but full torque.
Did it? Because that means a torque.
Yeah, exactly. Torque would have to come first.
No, yeah, there's no way.
That's why full torque to me is invalid.
Have you get on your old school stuff? Have you seen the first Hartsman Topsy? But that's no item.
I have seen that
on the fucking Gap King trail.
I have seen that.
Big.
Yeah.
Nuts. I don't know what year. 97 maybe.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. I could be way off. Like,
I don't know.
It's funny because I don't like really know shit. I just like I tried to keep up.
Yeah, I don't know. but like back to the OGs. Like the other day, okay. Do you remember? Did you go to the farewell dolphin sesh?
I fucking didn't, dude. I had to buy a car that day.
Damn. Oh, that's a good reason to miss.
I had to get it.
Congrats, man. Thanks, dude. But like, dude, like, yeah. For those that don't know, Dolphin is on death row at the moment.
It is about to get cut.
Dolphin is on death row. But like, basically, there was a big ass session and. I was filming next to this dude with a GoPro on a stick, and for me, that's like my number one pet peeve of filming blading is putting a GoPro on a stick.
I mean, unless you do, we do our Sunday brunches on the GoPro.
I mean,
and it's nice just for the quick edits.
No, it's for the quick edits. It's not really a pet peeve, but it's just like it's a pet peeve when you.
I mean, you're not gonna make a video out of it.
Exactly.
You can make it a quick little thing.
No, yeah, for the gram or whatever, sure. But it's one thing because like dude next to me was like, "Hey, man. This shoots 4K at whatever speeds per second," and I'm just like, sick. I don't know what else to say, but like he's just like this dude, he's like fishing, like holding the stick, and he's looking at me with his hand sticking out, and like some weird like posture, like some as if he's like
waiting for you to go or something.
I'm not me, like people were going in, but like I don't know, and I was just like, well. I personally am like, okay, like I personally don't really dig HD skating, and that became to really like value skating shown in a certain way, in a more raw way. But there are some HD shit that I really like.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
I definitely am into the HD stuff. Like, I definitely would never discriminate.
No, but I think
I like to hear skating sounds, and sometimes HD filming they'll take away sound.
That's actually a thing.
I think that's anybody who's filming HD. Please add some skating fucking sound. Yeah, because like that's I don't like just hearing music. No, it's a music video. Then at that point,
it is a music video. But that's the thing. Like most HD people make music videos.
Yeah, and I get it.
Skating music videos.
Yeah, and like But it's not a skate video.
No, and that actually might be why Aragon Sections also never really resonated with me because they're all music videos for the most part, except Mind Game stuff. Mm-hmm. But like,
yeah, I get that.
But then also like, you know, but like sure, like Jonas Hansen, Dom West, Yvonne Nares, like certain people, I'm like I don't even question it because they do it so well. Don't get me wrong.
Well, Yvonne does. He's a good mix, dude.
I mean, he can do. Yeah, you know, he does it all. But you know what I mean,
yeah,
like.
Totally.
But like, and then again, so back to that dude. And then, you know, and then all of a sudden he goes, man, it would have been sick if you had a drone over this. And he just like icing on the cake. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, that's like the two things I would never do for this session right now. Like you know, and I kind of mentioned it later. I was like, yo, this dude was like, yo, I got 4K GoPro and I wish he had a drone, would have been sick. And then Jeremy was like, dude, you know who that is, right? I was like, no. Like, you know, how am I supposed to know? He's like, dude, that's Jason Marshall.
Like that crazy
and I'm just like, okay, I don't know who that is. But then, like, he took me back and he showed me his VG section. I was like, dude was fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude.
And for me,
he was a big deal then. You know what I mean? Like,
I heard he was a big deal.
Before my time, but he was a big fucking deal.
And for me, that also just, like, concreted, like, you know, like all the OGs just love their 4K. And I don't understand it.
It's probably because, dude, we're lucky in the sense that, I mean, they didn't have no 4K back then, dog.
Maybe that's it.
Their shit sucked back then.
Maybe that's it.
Filming fucking sucked. It's gotta be terrible then.
Yeah.
In comparison, right?
Yeah. Maybe that could be it.
He's been doing a funny thing. He keeps saying 4,000 Ks. They're filming their another one, Pasta La Vista is their new one.
Sick.
Shout out Pasta La Vista, gonna go down. But yeah, he keeps saying 4,000 Ks and he keeps cracking me up. He's joking. But that's like the joke on top of it. And like, I mean, 4K is ridiculous. Nobody has a 4K TV. Nothing's really in 4K.
No. So it's I guess it only really helps if you're gonna crop. Because you can crop 4K and it would still look amazing. You know what I mean?
Sure. If you're
and other than that, like, I don't know.
Yeah, some of those HD TVs, though, I'm kind of with you on that, though, because I have an HD TV, but I don't have, like, those 3D TVs. Where some of that shit looks crazy. When you're actually watching it. Like, you can see pores. And, like, I don't like that.
And you know,
weird.
And maybe, I feel like maybe people my age are almost, like, rejecting a lot of
probably.
That.
I would say that. I'm kind of about that. It's the same way, dude. We're not all different from the OGs. We like our things. We like things to stay the same. You know, part of it.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? That's like, they're like, oh, that's one of the fucking narratives.
Yeah.
But you gotta move. I mean, skating. If you're gonna do HD, just give me some skate sounds. That's my main thing. Is like, I need to hear a fucking ledge. I need to hear a rail. I need to hear it. It's definitely fucking crazy when you see like big moves and you're just hearing music. Like, what is this? Like, just floating through life, space.
Oh shit, dude, that's jokes.
Yeah, there's jokes, dude.
Damn, but
I want to do. I definitely want to do more blading podcasts with like a lot of bladers.
No, we can do that.
We need to do more people. Like, I want a person there. I want a person there. I want to talk shit to that person.
Dude, we should just do like. We should just do like a whole round table of just like shit talking, or not really shit talking, but like
opinions. Dude, opinions are fun,
opinions, and like challenging opinions.
The same reason people get to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
With blading is the same reason I get to fucking say whatever I want.
Yeah. But like that's the thing. I really like challenging opinions because it'll either concrete what you already believe, or it'll like you'll find loose ends. Like, oh shit, like those are points that like
like I would love somebody to try and change my mind on I don't think that you should start blading with mushroom blading.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one.
I would love you to change my mind. I don't think that that's the appropriate way to start, and I don't think you would have a great time throughout. I think you have a better time if you were to start with basics and get there. Yeah. You know? Like, that would be a great argument for me. I would love it.
Dude, that would be a really good one. You know what I mean? Maybe we should consider.
Let's get the dudes on, dude. They're ready.
Who?
The mushroom guys, dude.
Oh, those guys?
Type in, bro. I mean, I think they're doing big tricks, though, in the beginning, so they might agree with me, because they did some big stuff.
No, I heard they were amazing.
Dude, they're fucking legit. Those guys are sick.
I haven't seen them do it.
You gotta watch Better Than Baseball. They're fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
Those guys are fucking great.
I gotta, yeah. Who has it?
I think they're like, I'm pretty sure, I've never met them or anything, but I think they're pretty close to like Colin and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they know Colin. And like Colin knows them and Robbie. I think they're all.
Yeah. Yeah, we could probably set it up, have a good debate. Dude, we should do debates.
We should do debates.
Debates. Blade debates.
It's so funny. And like,
yeah.
And it's all in good fun, you know?
Yeah, we should definitely have debates, dude. Make flyers.
For sure.
Versus Mike Budnick.
Live ones that people could like talk in. Like they did that with Jump Street, right?
Yeah.
Live things like that's cool.
Yeah, they do the live stills.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I'm down to do all that live.
I don't know. It's probably a lot of work.
No, it's a lot of work. Yeah. I actually give them props for doing all that work. That's what I say.
Like, bad props for the video stuff. Like, but it would be cool. Like, eventually, to be able to show a YouTube thing would be cool. I always like that. Like, if you've ever watched a podcast, it's nice to like show a clip. Like, if I could show that fucking Colin clip, you know what I mean? That'd be dope.
It would.
I don't know how you can do that though. I'm not.
I mean, I could probably do it separately, but I'm probably not gonna
like. No, don't, dude. Whatever.
Do the whole thing because I don't have time.
No.
Well, I know like it's gnarly that
cool.
they
dude,
do
they
that.
do it. They do it up for sure. And I listen to a lot of podcasts, and like their production quality is pretty good.
No, it's amazing, and it's cool because at first like I actually try to support everything in blading as much as possible, and
I need to support more. And I don't support enough, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and to be honest, like you know, a lot of their podcasts would quite miss me a bit for a few reasons. Was like it was geared towards like you know older bladers.
Yeah. Well, having that Dominic Bruce on, actually.
Yeah, true.
I need to listen to that one, you know.
True, and I actually kind of like that they started like diversifying it a bit. Even with the last, they did like a local New York guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan, and it was cool for me because I'm like, oh, okay, cool, because like I can actually resonate. Like this guy started, and he was like, you know, talking about Be Unique and shit. Like that's my shit. Like I grew up on Be Unique shit.
I didn't know that was like your time too. Yeah. Dude, Be Unique was like its own fucking thing.
Yeah. Dude, Be Unique was the only time I've ever wanted to be sponsored. Like for real, like, I would dream about like
Be Unique and Franco Shade.
Yeah.
Ghost, I guess, whatever you want to call it at the time. But those two they were separate times, but those are the two companies that I thought were going to just outside of blading. I thought they were going to like.
I think they both did.
Franco Shade got to like zoomies and shit. They definitely were in there. But yeah, I thought those were the two companies that were.
B and E got to Ross.
Did they?
Dude, I used to buy beanie tees at Ross,
That's fucking crazy, though. It's pretty nuts.
I was juiced. Like, I bought all of them.
They had cool graphics, and they had, like, their 1131 thing, and that was the
that was, like, the purple tech at the time.
I was digging their stuff. And that's actually when, you know, Razors, whatever, shout out. Dude, like, Jeff Howard's stuff really started getting to me. Like, when I started, like, digging it. It was around that time. Because he was doing some interesting stuff back then.
I agree.
You know?
I like
his sweatpants and all that crazy shit because that was like the thing. But like he was doing, it wasn't Ramel Knight. Ramel Knight was doing big stuff.
Yeah,
I definitely dug that whole. Their videos were so good.
Yeah, their videos are really good.
Very good videos, dude.
Like,
thanks for saying that. I think I have a Be Unique somewhere.
Sick. No, yeah, Be Unique. Yeah, that was definitely my shit, dude. I understand why dudes have that tatted. I wouldn't, but
yeah, dude.
You know,
yeah. That's like I feel like that's where like Team No Sleep came in, like all that stuff.
Did it?
Where I don't know.
Don't Sleep. Oh yeah, there was a Don't Sleep.
You know what I mean? There was like a spin-off of that with like and they did this thing.
Yeah, you're right, dude. What if Beanie came back? I'm calling it.
That fares too well right now, you know. It's hard when people come back,
dude. So much shit came back.
50-50 guy, but I don't know, man.
I mean,
It's just hard out there, dude. Like, you can't just...
I think for nostalgic purposes, there's a market. And maybe I don't know. I honestly don't know about frame cells. I probably would...
I have no fucking idea either, dude. Yeah. That's an interesting... I would love to get a fucking frame sale topic going, too. So
That's true.
I'd love to know what the fuck's happening with frame sales.
True.
That's interesting. I'd love to know what's going on with everybody. I'd love to know how people are doing.
I mean, maybe Jump Street will cover that.
That'd be interesting.
Because we'll probably just do debates.
We should just do debates. I like debating.
We'll just debate. We'll just debate.
I'm definitely a master debater, so
Master debater. And then we'll have Jump Street do the knowledge.
Yeah.
And do the
we'll just be about
the whatever. But I'm glad that they started doing that because I got really tired of. I do like podcasts, but like a lot of blading is like so nostalgia all together.
Yeah, we need to push to the future a little bit.
Yeah, because like they're just constantly looking in the rearview mirror and like remember when and like just a circle jerk of old school blading.
And I think that it's important to do to like I keep saying I think that we could leave it at this or whatever. But I think that it's super important to do both real life and skating, and then incorporate the things you learn in real life back into blading. Like Derek Henderson's got that new one. He's got an interview in the new one.
Sick.
And there's like there's a quote in there, and it says something like Derek's like a great example of how you could have a really busy life but still make time for rollerblading. Like he has a kid, you know.
Dude, I think he works like 7 days a week.
Works fucking ton, you know, doing a lot. But
6 days a week.
Fucking blades. I think is he pro for razors? Is that a thing?
He is.
He's pro for razors. Like so, I think that's more something to strive for is to have a great life outside of blading and to really contribute as much as you can to blading and have those things become a unison. Like. I look forward to Blade Cup every year. I can't wait until the next year. I'm going to look forward to it until fucking camp. You know what I mean? Like, so it's the stuff like that, but I still got to fucking live.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you got to live, and you got to do both.
Yeah.
It's super important. Some of those Euro guys, though, dude, I talked to some of those dudes, and they're fucking just blading, and it's really interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys somehow can just blade.
Huh.
Who's the guy? Yeah, the dude from fucking Amsterdam. What's his name? God.
Who, Evo?
No. Shit, he's a great dude. He showed us around Amsterdam. But he was telling me, he's like, dude, I just played. And I was like, no way. What do you mean you just played? He's like, I just played. Run something. Fuck.
Well, technically, that's what I did all year.
That's crazy to me, though. That's awesome. Like,
but it wasn't on purpose. Like, you know.
Well, get lucky, you know.
Just got kicked out of fucking Denmark.
Well, I don't want to get kicked out, though. That's.
But they gave me my pension.
That's good.
So like I've been on literally I bladed for 2 months solid this year without
severance. You mean?
No. I bladed. No. I got my pension.
Pension? Do they call it that there? You mean severance?
I don't know.
What is pension? What define it?
Like I was supposed to get it technically on paper if I lived in Denmark in my entire life.
Oh, they actually have a pension? They gave you a real pension?
They gave me my real pension that I've been like saving to basically like
Denmark is still doing pensions?
Kind of like my 401k thing.
Yeah, I know. We don't do that shit here.
No?
We do 401k. I have 401k, but like pension?
Dude, I had an 8 pension. And they cashed me out. They're like, hey man, we're having immigration issues and we don't want, you know what I mean? Yada yada. That's basically how I got kicked out.
Damn.
So they were like, yeah, you know, like the rules changed on my like residence permit. So they were like, yeah, you can't really like reapply, but here's your pension.
That's a fucking story.
So they like cashed me out. So basically, I came.
Though you got a pension.
Yeah. So I've just been on vacation since February.
That's dope that they fucking did that though. You don't even hear. They'll be like, you're fucking fired. You're out of here. Like,
yeah.
Like later, dude.
Yeah. No, they hooked it up.
Dude, that's crazy.
Shout out Denmark.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I wish it was like that here. Fire me now, dude.
Dude. Yeah. Like I legit like skated 2 months in a row without Instagram validation.
Yeah.
But the homies know. Skated 2 months in a row.
Yeah, you bladed a lot. And you bladed here, dude.
I did. Yeah. No, I try to skate around as much as possible. Yeah. Like even if I literally big wheeled here because I see a lot of people like skating around. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I felt like I was in Copenhagen still at the moment, and I remember feeling so dumb on a bike. I remember thinking like, dude, like,
well, I mean,
I'm on a bike and like there's people skating around me, and I'm like, you know, if anything, I want to show people skating because this is what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did want to show them on both sides, like.
Oh, dude, totally. I get a fucking kick out of like when I skate to the beach.
Yeah.
I just get a kick out of mashing
down
the street, and people are like, "What the fuck is that?" And like, I'm just fucking going to the beach, dude. But I'm running as fast as I can, you know. And I'm in like jeans. I don't wear like That's the cool thing is I feel like if you're an aggressive skater and you do big wheel bleed, you're not like this fitness dude. Like I'm wearing jeans and a fucking shirt, and I'm looking sick. I'm just going as fast as I can. And people are like, "This is crazy."
Yeah,
I love that feeling.
I think like, dude, like when I'm out here skating,
it's like the ego in me. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
No, I feel it's funny because like when I'm out here skating through the hood and shit, I get the funniest things yelled at me, and it's never anything negative.
No,
it's always just like some dude was like, "Hey, you got a motor on them shits?"
Yeah, because you're flying.
And I was like, "Nah, solar." He was like, "Damn!" Like, dude, I get something new almost every day.
Dude, that's dope. Yeah, you do it a lot, man.
Almost something every day. I get something new, and it's fucking hilarious. Like every day. But fuck it.
No, that's cool, man.
But dude, yeah, let's definitely call it. We're almost at 2 hours.
All right, dude. Well, till next time.
All right, thanks.
We're gonna bring Joey on.
Yeah, bring Joey longer next time.
Yeah, I'll talk shit to him.